Mark Twain and the Gilded Age. In 1876, Twain gives a speech that goes viral for the day. He basically says about the spoils system, which he was not in favor of, we wouldn't hire a blacksmith who couldn't wield a hammer. We wouldn't hire a school teacher who doesn't know ABCs. So why are we hiring these people for government jobs that are clearly not qualified? This was a big deal because Twain had never campaigned for any political candidate before. He'd never spoken out in such a public platform. So it landed on the front page of a lot of newspapers. In 1880, Republican James Garfield wins the presidency. His running mate is Chester A. Arthur, and it's the highest voter turnout that we saw to date in the United States, but a very slim margin for the popular vote. Garfield only wins the popular vote by less than 2,000 votes, so not a landslide. Garfield takes office in March of 1881. In September of 1881, he is unalived at the Washington, D.C. railway station. The person responsible is a swindler named Charles Guiteau. Guiteau had supported Garfield's campaign and felt he should be honored with one of these government jobs through patronage. His applications to the Garfield administration were being rejected again and again, and it made Guiteau more and more angry. So he took matters into his own hands, went to the railway station, and unalived Garfield. Politicians stood up and took notice. They started to think that maybe this spoils system was not such a great idea. In 1883, an Ohio senator, George Pendleton, introduces a bill to Congress that will revamp the way that civil service jobs are awarded. They would be mandated to be awarded on merit rather than as a reward for campaign support. And the pay for those qualified candidates would be much, much higher than for non-qualified candidates. The Pendleton Act is actually considered a landmark piece of legislation. It basically shifts a worker's allegiance from one single president to the nation itself. And it more than quadruples the number of merit-based workers. And by 1900, it's something like 46% of the nation's government workers are merit-based.